All right, welcome back. So this is another Carnegie Mellon activity. This is changing directions. And in our loop here, we are going to make some changes. If we go look at the solution real quick. So if we look here and we hit run, it bounces. Oh, or this is our canvas. So see how it just goes across the screen and doesn't do anything, but in the solution, it bounces. And notice it seems to move quicker this direction than to the right. And we have a hint here. It says the speed moving left is faster than moving right. Use the test cases to help figure out what it needs to be. So if we look when the center of the circle is more than 300 or less than 100. So we're doing a couple ifs, and we're saying, do we want the circle to bounce if it reaches a certain point? Okay, so we have a variable here called bouncing circle, and we're going to utilize that. So we're going to say if bouncing circle, if the center X, and then we just kind of have to figure out here, probably right around in here. So let's say 300, because I feel like if we go too far over here, we're going to get outside of this. So let's do like 300. If it's greater than 300, right? So it gets past this. Well, then what we want to do is we want to say bouncing circle speed X, oops, notice that when we want it to go this direction, we're going to take away from X. We're going to make it go smaller, so we're going to be a negative number. So let's do like negative 10. Leave it at that for right now. And then we have another if, which I just realized here's the 300, so I know exactly what that number is 300, which I did read, but that's okay. So if bouncing circle oops, make sure you spell things correctly here. Center X is less than 100. Okay. If that's the case, because we know that, because that's up here, then we're going to say bouncing circle speed X is, now this one was negative, so let's make this one positive. We'll do 5 and just see what this looks like. So if we run this, oops, well, that didn't work. Let's take a look at that. If we look at the solution, center X, very interesting. When we run this, not sure why it's not bouncing there. It should. Oh, I spelled speed wrong. There we go. So now, because it should go this direction, come back here and then bounce off of this and go back this direction, because we're then adding to the X. So let's try that again. There we go. Perfect. Now if we look at the solution, it feels like that might be a touch faster. So let's make this 12. Oops, not 102. 12. All right, now let's try it again. Yeah, that seems to look a little better. All right. So not too bad, aside from my spelling errors here. All right, hopefully those help you with your coding. Good luck.